Hey, deserving listeners, 90-Day Fiancé, let's watch. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. As I always say, everything that I say in reaction is completely speculative based on very little information. Let's keep that in mind as we watch.
I will do that.
It's a big difference, babe.
No.
For me, when I post, it brings bread on the table. Like, at least I get paid to post, and you post a guy for free that you're dating.
I get paid too.
So he paid you to go on a date with him?
Idiota.
Yikes. So, to catch you up on what's been happening, they are connecting. They said they love each other. And she, Jeniffer, says she saw some pictures on Instagram, recent pictures after they were in a relationship, of Jesse with other women. And the picture that they showed us, it looked like a woman was in the background or something. It certainly didn't look like Jesse was in a relationship with these women. So Jeniffer, in her way, which we've seen her do before with Tim, she, instead of just saying, hey, I see some pictures on Instagram that, they hurt my feelings, or even just a middle ground, not incredibly healthy way of talking, but just like not what she does, but something more in the middle of, hey, your pictures are kind of BS. I don't like those pictures. Can you please take those down? Can you stop doing that? Or, just something more direct. But the way her demeanor is just it's that of a child, the way that teenagers talk to each other, or an impertinent child to a parent or something. I mean, let's rewind this because, just take note of the way she talks. Because I'm guessing it makes Jesse feel like, wait, what? Am I being accused of cheating on you? There's some women in the background, or there happen to be some women that I certainly wasn't flirting with those women. I don't know. I didn't see the pictures, but they didn't look. Let's rewind.
Jesse has this image of jet set, playboy, single man on his social media. He works with luxury brands, so he posts pictures with different women, which I understand because I work as a model a lot.
So that can't be what she's reacting to, right? I mean, I don't even know what's happening. So are they even is that a swing or something? So the women are on a swing and he's swinging it or something? I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's more incriminating than that. Maybe there are other photos that are more incriminating than that.
But he has posed from this week. It's very hurting that he's not with me and is still posting that.
Okay, good. It's hurting me. It hurts my feelings. Great. Just say that. Why the thing that she says? Let's watch that.
He shows all these different women. People will think that he's with different women, and why shouldn't I think the same?
So it sounds more like a humiliation thing rather than an actual concern. It sounds like she's saying, other people are going to think that you're with other women when you're with me, and that's humiliating to me, and I don't like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but that is a different ask than, hey, are you flirting with other people? It sounds like she knows he's not flirting with these women.
I'm only interested in you now, which is the only thing that matters. But what I don't like is that you're being here with me still posting pictures like you are a couple with somebody else. So why is that?
I don't know. There's a possibility that he has not posted many pictures of the two of them yet, maybe, and that hurts her feelings as well. He might be hedging his bet on Instagram a little bit, and that is a topic that people get into in today's dating milieu, is that at what point do you switch from I'm in a relationship, or from I'm single to I'm in a relationship? At what point do you turn off your Tinder profile? At what point do you post that picture where you're clearly a couple on Instagram? And I think that it's people navigate it, I think, pretty well. But it is an interesting question because on some level, you could be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this person. But I don't want everyone in my Instagram feed and everyone on my Facebook or everyone on my Twitter to know that we're in a relationship yet, because I don't know if this is going to last. I hope it lasts, but I don't want to come out, I don't want to have every third date that I feel good about, I don't want to post. Now, some people do, but it does raise this question, and I wonder if that's what they're dealing with right now.
Like, I think you misunderstand me. I mean, it's not just like, oh, I'm here on a date and like posting a cute picture with a girl. It's,
I
it's a
understand.
promotional post. It's a promotional
okay,
post.
Promotional post.
So, I don't know, but he's saying that for him, I guess he's making money from these posts, and so these are women that he is either being paid to be with, and the women are being paid, or whatever. It's a promotional post of a brand or something. So if that's true, then okay, he's essentially just at work when he is with those women. And if that's true, then Jesse could do well by saying, honey, yeah, I'm sorry. It makes sense that you would be hurt by those pictures. But maybe if you were there when I'm taking, but it is kind of how I make my living. Maybe I could start adjusting my posts to involve you more, or maybe less where I'm with other women. But this is kind of my job. This is how I make my living. So can we talk about that somehow? My wife is a model, and she does, photo shoots with other men that they're in a couple, where, she's in a diamond, like one of those classic diamond ring commercials where the guy gets down and proposes, and they're kissing and hugging and twirling around, and I think they're in a gazebo with like lights and stuff. And there was a while there where that commercial was in kind of heavy rotation. We were in a restaurant once and we saw the commercial on the TV. And I'm not going to say that I'm super excited about those shoots, but but I'm secure enough in my relationship with my wife, and she does, I think, a lot of work to try to help me in those areas. But it's normal to have some kind of concern about that. It's also normal, if that's your job, to have that kind of work, and it can be really limiting to have your partner say, you can't do any of that stuff because I'm insecure. You can't, half of your income has to just completely be wiped off the table because of that. So, there's a debate there, but it sounds like that's what he's saying.
Maybe there's no hidden agenda, or there's no like romantic involvement.
Anyway, you are here with me and you are posting those pictures.
So she's amping up. He's not doing any favors for himself by saying, look, it's no big deal. There's much more that he could be saying. It's like, look, I love you. Those pictures are for these reasons. Now, he might be kind of concerned that the cameras are here. A part of Instagram influencer power, or the ability to be an influencer, has to do with kind of propping up this fake, I don't know what you say, fake thing, fake life, fake image. And if he were to say, look, all those things are fake, that would maybe dismantle his entire brand and how he makes all of his money. So it's interesting to think about. Because, when my wife does modeling for things, everyone understands that, like one time she was a Marine pilot in a jet. Like, she was a model as a military personnel. And I think all of us understand that when we see things like that, like all of us understand that flow doesn't actually work at a progressive outlet. It's like, but somehow when it comes to Instagram influencers, the idea is that the person is actually doing that. It's supposed to have this realism to it. It's not just Tom Hanks advertising for a brand. It's, this is my life. I'm just showing you my life, and there just happens to be a product here. And maybe that's part of the problem.
And my family is following you.
Okay, but I was...
And you know
okay,
that. And everybody is looking at that. What you post is what people think you are.
No,
I
baby,
see
it's
you
also
dating multiple women. If someone looks at that picture, you will think that you are dating.
Okay, so she's amping up. And again, he's not doing any favors. And we'd have a hard time imagining Jesse being able to speak in a differentiated, powerful way. Say, hey, you're totally right. You're right to be upset, and I need to look at that. And but just know that I'm not dating those people. That's just kind of my job. if we could talk to your family and just tell them, look, this is just part of my job. It's not, I don't even know those women. So is there any way we could, but he's not doing any of that. He's just like essentially saying, stop. Why are you focusing on this?
I'm not taking pictures and posting pictures with a man and hugging and like we are on a date.
All right, according to that, what Jennifer is saying, there are other posts where he is seemingly in a pose with a woman that it makes it look like they're on a date. And she said that these posts have been occurring while he is visiting her. It wasn't before. So, yeah, I mean, I could see wanting to talk about that.
Oh, on your Instagram, there's a picture of a guy in a helicopter, and I don't care about it, but I'm just saying, like,
he's my friend.
I don't care.
But the difference is that I'm not taking pictures with him as a couple.
I thought you were in a relationship with that guy because you had your hand like over his shoulders.
Dated.
Like.
So it's the definition of a hypocrite. So for her, someone that she's dated, and this is after the Kakua thing, right? That she has a picture online of their arms around each other and they look like they're in a couple and they used to date. So that's like legit a threat, right? It sounds like for Jesse, these women are just like people that he works with or, something along those lines. And so now if she were to say, yeah, you're right, I probably shouldn't have posted that and I won't post that. I just find that immature, undifferentiated people, when they're called out on something, instead of saying, maybe you're right about that. Maybe if I apply my own standard that I'm applying to you, to me, I'm kind of guilty of it too. Imagine the credibility that her complaint would have if she were to accept that. Be like, oh, Jesse, actually, you're kind of right. And I'm sorry, I won't do that. So can you not do that? Instead, to just act like I'm okay when it's obviously the exact same thing, if not even worse, then Jesse's like, well, what's happening here? Like, you're not even applying your own rules to yourself.
Like 1 year ago, I have more posts and I will post them that I haven't posted and it will have everybody talking about it. You want me to do that? Okay, tomorrow I will do that.
It's a big difference, babe.
No.
Okay, so she said the post was from a year ago. That's quite a big difference. And then she's saying, okay, fine. If you want me to take down all those posts, I will. Tomorrow I'll take down all those posts. Okay. Again, if she said it in a different way, instead of this impertinent way, this like assumption, like it's like she starts and people do this sometimes in my office, and I'm like, whoa. It's almost like you're starting a fight in your head before the fight actually occurs. And Jennifer seems to be doing that. Instead of saying like, okay, I'll delete those. I'll take those down. Could you, it's like when you enter a room and you see two people fighting, the way they're fighting, you can sometimes tell they've been fighting for a while about this. There's a certain resentment or tone in their voice. Jennifer starts with that tone right from the beginning instead of giving it a chance. I'm not saying Jesse would have been receptive or would have been a good communicator, but I don't think she's helping the situation by just hammering on it. Now, I think Jesse seems to be rolling with it pretty well, so maybe this will work itself out.
For me, when I post, it brings bread on the table. Like, at least I get paid to post, and you post a guy for free that you're dating.
I get paid too.
So he paid you to go on a date with him?
Okay, so he's saying it'd be one thing for him to say, this is how I make my money, and I need to make those posts. And the posts that you made were, just you living your life, which kind of hurts my feelings. Now, it was a year ago, so I don't think they were dating a year ago. But that's not what he said. What he said was, at least I get paid. You're just doing it for free. You're being a slut online for free is kind of what he's saying. At least I'm getting paid, lady. So, yeah, ish.
Idiota.
Not okay to put hands on. It's not okay for anyone, regardless of gender. This is a really bad sign. And did we see Jennifer doing stuff like this before? I can't remember. But if I were Jesse, I would say, this is the beginning. You know, if she's willing to slap me across the face, that probably wasn't that hard. But if you're willing to do that, because just imagine, I can't imagine wanting to do that. I can't imagine my wife having an impulse to do that. Imagine if Jesse just slapped her across the face right now, right? Just because it's a woman does not mean it's not abusive. Just because it's a woman doesn't mean it can't be massively high control, coercive. Now, there's some context of gender that needs to be taken into consideration, of course, but not okay behavior. Whenever I see this on the show, I'm going to call it out. When that guy grabbed Natalie, not okay. When Nicole was hitting and preventing Azan from leaving, not okay. When Angela shoved the pie or the cake in the face and she put hands on Michael and other times, not okay. All of it is not okay. In the heat of a conflict, you strike your partner, not okay. Use your words. You hurt my feelings. Walk off. There's so many other things you can do besides hitting someone.
Y no, chao, se me sacó la piedra. Diciendo bobadas.
Baby, relax.
I don't know why you had to say that.
Relax.
Fuck you. Yesterday, I choose to say.
And then using profanity, verbal abuse, pretty big red flags. If I were Jesse's friend, I'd be like, you know, this isn't the end. Unless the two of you go to couples therapy or she goes to therapy for her tendencies, this is the tip of the iceberg in all likelihood.
I love you to Jesse, but today he shows that can be really rude and can really hurt my feelings.
Okay, just say that. You hurt my feelings. You didn't say that to him. People do this on the show all the time. You know that it happens because I point it out all the time, or you notice it all the time. When they're on the one-on-one interview with the producer, which is emulative of therapy, by the way, people will come into my office and tell me very differentiated things. And I always have to remember that in all likelihood, when they were in the moment, even though they might think they said it, they probably didn't say it, because most people don't. She never said, you hurt my feelings. She never had this tone. Yeah, he hurt my feelings. He hurt my feelings by posting those posts. He hurt my feelings by the way he responded to me. He hurt my feelings when he said that I post things for free and that I don't get paid or whatever. Some sort of classism notion there that might have been present. As I don't know. Yeah, he hurt your feelings. Fine, just say that. But why would you slap him across the face?
It hurts me. It hurts me a lot. Now he's showing me who he really is. His real faces. Maybe he just sees in me the same that other people sees. Piece of flesh. I deserve someone that looks at me like I am.
Well, that's interesting. So I think I think a trauma for her is being revealed right now, which is this feeling of being worthless and being objectified and treated like a piece of flesh, as she says. Not loved for who I am, not respected for who I am, and used, if you will. And so that's interesting. I don't think Jesse's doing that, at least from what we see on the show, but maybe that's what's at the core of this, that when she sees those pictures, I don't know, but I would suspect that when she saw those pictures and she thinks about other people seeing those pictures, it emulates something that happened in her past around being publicly humiliated and objectified for being a woman or being an attractive woman or something. And I know some people have emailed and commented below about her neck of the woods and how maybe that might be frequent for women. Let me know in the comments below if this makes any sense for women to experience this kind of trauma that I'm hypothesizing in Colombia.
Tiene huevo.
All right, well, I want to thank everyone who's liked any of my videos or subscribed or hit the bell. It's super cool. It means a lot to me. It truly does. I check it every time because it's important to me. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.